I met with Dr. Mahathir some years ago, and we spent about 45 minutes. He didn't have a high opinion of the ulama. No. He had a high opinion for my teacher, Maulana Dr. Fazlur Rahman Ansari Rahimullah. And he admired the methodology of study that came from Maulana Fazlur Rahman Ansari. Dr. Mahathir is the only leader, other than Ahmad Sokarno and Najmuddin Erbakan in Turkey. But in the case of Ahmad Sokarno, it was in the late 1950s, and he took Indonesia out of the IMF, and of course the UN as well, because he recognized the IMF to be what it is. And nobody credits him today. Everybody considers Ahmad Sokarno to be a fool. And he did the right thing, to take Indonesia out of the IMF. Yeah. Najmuddin Erbakan in Turkey, who was the teacher and the mentor of this man who now leads Turkey. He held up the gold dinar and silver dirham. He said, "This is our passport, this is our road to salvation." And they removed him from that. The Turkish military removed him. But in the case of Dr. Mahathir, he's a politician. He's not an Islamic scholar. So whereas an Islamic scholar could proclaim the whole truth, politicians can't do that. Politicians have to see how far we can speak, what is possible in politics. So what he did was, and he did it many years ago, to say when the Malaysian wants to buy from Indonesia, you'll pay in ringgits. And when the Indonesian wants to buy from Malaysia, they'll pay in rupiah. And at the end of every quarter, every 3 months, the two central banks will come together and see what is the amount of rupiah and what is the amount of ringgits, and the balance will be made up in gold dinar. It was not, I believe, a proposal which was in conflict with the IMF. No, I don't believe it was in conflict with the IMF. But then he retired, and Badawi took it and put it in cold storage. And as for the successor of Badawi, I don't even need to even mention the successor to Badawi. Yeah. Now that Dr. Mahathir is back here, at this old age, he has again revived the same idea. It's not going to succeed. Now, Singapore will do everything Singapore can do to mash it up, destroy it. Yeah, it's not possible. But if the scholars of Islam would wake up from sleep, if they could summon the courage and the integrity to proclaim the truth, Dr. Mahathir will have a foundation. He doesn't have a foundation now. Not even PAS, which is supposed to be the Islamic party. Not even them. When the scholars of Islam wake up and proclaim that the monetary system we're now using is bogus and fraudulent and haram, and that it is a vehicle of exploitation and impoverishment of the masses for the eventual enslavement, when they do that, then a possibility arises that you can defy the IMF and make dinar and dirham legal tender in this country, meaning you can buy and sell. The rupiah, the ringgit will still remain, but you can also buy and sell using dinar and dirham. And more importantly, any laborer, anyone who's employed, can demand that he must be paid in dinar and dirham. From the time that happens, people will eventually realize that with dinar and dirham there is no inflation. The value of my wealth remains constant. It doesn't leak. But when I'm using the paper money, it leaks. And so eventually, the good money will drive the bad money out of the market.